Good morning, children. How are you all? I hope you all are doing well. First of all, before I begin with today's video, wish you all a very happy Diwali. I hope you and your family enjoy this festival of light and stay with each other safe and secure. So once again, a very happy Diwali to all of you. Let us see how to separate a solid and a liquid mixture. And a very happy Children's Day to all my lovely children out there. Wish you all a very happy Children's Day. I'm going to demonstrate, children, the sedimentation process for you. Now in sedimentation, children, I have again taken a glass of water, and this I have taken some garden soil. I'm going to add it into water and I'm going to stir it. And I'm going to leave it for some time. Now, as you can see over here, children, some of the particles can be seen floating on top. And most of the particles you have seen, they have started settling down. Can you see? You can see the particles have settled down. So this method where the sediments are made to settle down, children, is known as sedimentation. Now if I leave this water undisturbed for some time, you will see more sediments will start settling down. And if you see it from top, you will be able to see even the flotation, children. You will also be able to see the flotation, children. As you can see, some of the particles are floating from top and many of the particles have settled down. So this is known as sedimentation. Now children, if I take this and if I try to pour out the liquid into another vessel or container, children, without disturbing my sediments, children, that method is known as decantation. That is transferring of this clear liquid into another container. Let's begin with the second method, children. Second method is known as loading. Another term for loading is also known as coagulation. Underline these three lines, that is the definition of loading or coagulation, children. The process in which an external agent is added which will help to bring about the process of sedimentation is known as loading. That means, children, it is a kind of sedimentation only. But this sedimentation is helped out with the help of an external agent. And that external agent can be used as alum, children. See, if we take alum, we tie it with a thread and then we move it slowly in the muddy water, in a glass of muddy water, children, you will see the sediments will start settling down faster. The speed in which the sedimentation is taking place will fasten up. It will speed up. Why? Because we have added an external agent, that is alum. So the impurities and the alum, they settle down. So this method of sedimentation with the help of an external agent is known as loading. The third method for the process of separation of a solid and a liquid mixture is, children, filtration. These three lines is giving you the definition of filtration. Underline that. The process in which an insoluble component is removed from the liquid mixture is known as filtration. Now for this process, children, the mixture is taken and it is passed through a filter paper, and whatever is the residue, it will remain on the paper and the filtrate will move down. The clear liquid which is obtained from the suspension of an insoluble solid and liquid by the process of filtration is known as filtrate. The liquid that passes down, children, is known as filtrate. And the thing which is left behind on the filter paper, children, is known as the residue. The solid particles which are left on the filter paper is known as residue. Now over here, they have shown how we make a cone out of a filter paper. Now children, the filter paper that we get in the laboratory is round or it is circular in shape. You first fold it into half to make a semicircle like this, and then fold it one more time to make a cone. It comes out as a cone. See, this cone looks like a cap only, children. It is fixed inside the funnel. This is a glass funnel. It is fixed inside the glass funnel, and when we pour the mixture on top of it, children, all the clear liquid passes down, which is known as the filtrate, and the dirty thing, the solid thing that was there in the liquid, it stays over here on the filter paper, that we call it as the residue. Suppose I am taking tea and tea leaves, so the tea leaves will be left behind over here and the tea will pass down. See, in your books it is given on the next page. In this activity, children, water and chalk mixture is taken, and then when it is made to pass through this filter paper, it is over here, children. The chalk mixture is made to pass. Water will come over here, which is known as filtrate, and all the chalk will be left behind. See, water will come down as a filtrate and all the chalk will be left behind on the filter paper, which is called the residue. The next method is, children, flotation. Now in flotation, children, this is the definition. It is the process by which we can remove the insoluble light solids from the solid liquid mixture, like sawdust being removed from water. In a solid liquid mixture, children, if the solid is very, very light, its density is less than the density of water, it will float on the surface of the water. Like they have shown sawdust and water. Water is here and the sawdust is floating on top. Now I'll show you this, children, with water and the pencil shavings. I don't have the sawdust, so I'm going to demonstrate this with the help of water and pencil shavings. Let's see that. Now see, children, I'm going to demonstrate flotation for you. I have taken a glass of water, children, and because I didn't have the sawdust, so I have taken some pencil shavings. As you can see over here, these are the pencil shavings, right? Now I've put it into water, children, and I'm going to stir it with a spoon. Wait for some time and you will see all the pencil shavings are floating on top. As you can see, all the pencil shavings are there on top only, children. They are not moving down. Why? Because the pencil shavings are basically, they are made up of wood, and wood has lighter density in comparison to water. So wood will float on water, children, and the water which has more density in comparison is going to settle down. So this method is flotation. The next method is, children, centrifugation. Now centrifugation is such a method, children, that can separate very, very fine suspended particles of any kind of a substance from a liquid. Now this substance, this solid substance is so small, children, that it cannot be picked up, it cannot be cleaned by any other method. And what is done in centrifugation is, children, the liquid is rotated at a very high speed in closed container. And when it is rotated at very high speed, the fine suspended particles, they come and get collected on top of the liquid. Now this is a method, children, with the help of which we can separate the cream from milk. If you take a glass of milk, children, you will not be able to see where the cream particles are there. But you take the same glass of milk, put it in your mixer and you mix it for 2-3 minutes only. You will see all the cream will come on top of the glass of milk in the form of a foam. That is what? That are the particles of cream that were not seen earlier. So this method is known as centrifugation. Underline these lines, children. The machine that is used for doing centrifugation is known as a centrifuge. This is a picture of a hand centrifuge machine, children. You can see it clearly. Next method is evaporation, children. The process in which a liquid will change into its vapor state on gently being heated is known as evaporation. Now this evaporation is also a method, children, that is being carried out in our nature. Every day, as long as the sun rays are falling on the water bodies, the water evaporates and becomes and helps in the process of formation of the clouds. The water cycle goes on, children. So that method is known as evaporation. This process is used to separate those mixtures in which one of the component is non-volatile. That means it should not evaporate on its own. The separation of water and common salt is done by this method. If we take common salt and water, as you know children, in sea water a lot of salt is dissolved in the water, so that can be separated by this method. The next method is children distillation. It is a process of obtaining a pure liquid from a solution where two liquids that mix into each other children that differ only in their boiling points. So if there is a difference in the boiling point children, the one with the lower boiling point will come out first. It is collected and then the other liquid is obtained. So there has to be a difference in the boiling point, and the boiling point should at least differ by 30 degrees Celsius. Now this is showing the apparatus setup children for separating a mixture of say alcohol and water. Now the mixture is first taken over here in a round bottom flask children, and to it a Liebig's condenser is fixed. This is a Liebig's condenser children. From one side the water moves in and from the other side the water moves out. That means from one side the water is going to circulate around this condenser children and is going to move out. And then on the other side we have over here a conical flask. Okay. Now once the heating starts from here children, the one with the lower boiling point, or you can say the volatile substance, will start moving out. Now in a case of say alcohol and water, alcohol vapors will start coming out first. As they will pass through this Liebig's condenser children, the vapors will condense into the liquid state. And when they condense into the liquid state, the liquid is obtained over here, that is the alcohol is obtained here. Because it is obtained over here children, it is known as distillate, and water which is left over here in the round bottom flask children is known as the residue. So this ways alcohol and water can be separated from their mixture. This method is known as distillation. The distilled water children, which is used by the doctors, chemists and scientists, is made by distillation process. The water children which is used for making the injections, water which is used for making the syrups and the medicines children, that is the distilled water. It is not the normal tap water or the RO water, but it is the water which is obtained after distillation. The next method is children, if we have to separate two liquids that do not mix into each other, that means they are not miscible, they are immiscible with each other, then they can be separated by using a separating funnel. Now this is apparatus is showing children, if we have to separate a mixture of oil and that is kerosene oil and water, then how will we do children? We take the mixture and put it in this separating funnel, as you can see children. Now water being heavier will come and settle at the bottom, and oil will be floating on top of it. They are immiscible, so they will not mix into each other. There is a tap over here children, which is written as the stopcock. As you open this children, as you open this cork children, you will see water will start moving down. It can be collected in a beaker. As all the water from the separating funnel will be seen dripping down from here, you can close the cork once again children, remove this beaker, change the beaker and open the cork once again. Then you will be able to collect the kerosene oil. So this ways we can separate a mixture of two immiscible liquids. The last method is children chromatography method. Chromatography is such a technique which is used to separate the constituents that mix into each other so well that you will not be able to see where they are. By using our adsorbing paper children, that is known as that adsorbing paper is known as children the Whatman filter paper. Now children, this can be demonstrated with the help of a napkin that I am going to show you right now. So children, I am going to demonstrate and I am going to show you how to do chromatography and how chromatography can actually be seen. Now I have taken a normal napkin children, and what I am going to do is I am going to make a dot of the different colors overlapping each other. Let's see how it is going to be done. I have used 4 different colors, as you can see over here, overlapping one over the other. These are blue, orange, purple and red. And I have overlapped them one above the other, children. And now I'm going to wet my brush and I'm going to put some water on this. Let's see what happens. Now see, children. As I'm going to wet my brush and I'm going to just put water over this droplet only, children, where I've put the color. You can see the colors are separating out. Can you see how clearly the colors can be seen separating out? See, very clearly they can be seen coming out. Now because I have not let them dry right now, if you leave them for drying and then observe, you will be able to see the different colors coming out. Now this, because I have not taken the Whatman filter paper which was mentioned, I have taken a normal napkin and I am trying to do with a normal napkin only, children. It will take some time. Now let it dry, and after drying you will be able to see the different colors that are put over there. Now as you can see, children, I have dried my napkin, children, and I am showing you what were the 4 colors that I had taken of the sketch pen and how the effect can be seen on the paper. The colors have separated out. If you closely look at it, children, you can see the colors separated out. Have a close look at it, children. You can see clearly the purple color. Even tinge of blue can be seen. Orange can be seen and red can be seen. Now this side, children, a clear purple is there. This side it's a light blue. This side you can see orange, and over here, children, it's not coming in the camera very clearly, but the clear mark of red can also be seen. I would like all of you to try this out, children, and enjoy and see how the colors separate out. So this method is known as chromatography. And if any of you is able to get that Whatman filter paper, you try with that. The color and the result is going to be much more better. And if you have a little bit napkin of the little bit thicker consistency, children, then you try out, it will come out better. So I hope, children, you have really understood whatever I taught you in today's lesson. And if you have really understood it well, you know what is to be done. Please do like, share and subscribe to my channel so that we reach very soon to a bigger family. Once again, thank you and take care. Bye-bye.